Hello, my name is Visor, and welcome to episode 4 of Let's Play Witcher 2. Last episode, we saw King Foltest get murdered, which is why Geralt's in jail. He is accused of killing King Foltest. However, he says he's innocent, and Vernon seems to believe him. So what are they going to do now? Well, let's see.
I suppose that's the extent of what you'll give me.
Does this mean I'm free?
Foltest, King of Temeria, has been murdered. Unfortunately for you, you're the only suspect.
The murderer outsmarted you, so I'm to rot in this dungeon.
Oh, no danger of you rotting. You'll hang.
Convince them otherwise.
I have no influence over the court.
Well, that sucks. So really telling him anything is not that useful, is it? Or maybe it will be. But let's go through some of these options.
Foltest told me a lot about you.
If not for him, I'd be a drunk or a vagrant. Foltest did more for me than my father ever did. But then my father did exactly nothing, for I never even met him. In any case, I'll not rest until the murderer is punished.
Tell me how you serve, Vernon.
I carry out orders others are incapable of executing.
Interesting bit of backstory on Vernon, but let's keep on going.
What's the situation in Temeria?
The Council of Regents has convened to restore order. That means three things. Utter chaos will prevail, Visima will run dry of wine and strong drink, and the local whores will make a killing.
Is Triss participating in the meetings?
Indeed. Only to find out that she's no longer needed.
How do you know?
It's my business to know.
They want to run a kingdom without a sorceress?
They already have a kingdom without a king. They'll use every opportunity to get rid of her.
Who will rule?
The chief contenders are Count Maravel and Baron Kimbold, who already tussle for control of Lavalette Castle.
What about Foltest's bastards?
The king's blood runs in their veins, so yes, they are entitled to the throne. Not some drooling nobles.
So Vernon is pretty loyal to Foltest, even his bastard children. He would rather see one of them on the throne than one of those bastard nobles who are getting really political at the moment.
What if someone vouched for me?
You have a witness.
I was thinking of Triss.
Was she not your lover? Who knows? But it's common knowledge she is.
What happened to her?
Oh, she's fine. She's been invited to the next meeting of the Council of Regents.
Anyway, that's it.
For fuck's sake, you command the blue stripes. Do something. The real murderer is free, and he's further and further away with every hour you spend prancing around in here.
I find the Killer Monk story unconvincing.
I don't claim he was a monk. He was wearing a frock, though. He sailed off in a boat with some Scoia'tael.
Would you recognize him?
No problem. A mountain of meat. Never seen anyone bigger.
Come on, Vernon.
What would you do if you escaped?
Now, we could go either way, but being a little elusive gets us a bit more information.
I'd go have a beer.
Are you trying to annoy me?
Vernon, if I escaped, you'd be the last to learn my plans.
Let me tell you a story.
I hate stories.
There was once a witcher who was accused of murdering a monarch.
Wrongly accused.
The charges against him were very serious, and only one man could help him.
Let me guess. A handsome prince.
The commander of the Blue Stripes. Sadly, the witcher refused his help and was hanged.
I prefer happy endings.
Then help me, Geralt.
Not yet. We're going to keep being a little elusive because it makes the story a little more interesting at the moment.
What do you want from me, Roche? I already told you it wasn't me. On top of that, I don't know who's behind it, and frankly, I don't really give a damn. Could have been anyone as I see it. King Demavend, even.
Demavend is dead.
Is that true?
He was murdered.
Uh-huh. I did that too.
You were in Visima at the time. I checked.
My doppelganger was in Visima. I have 3 of them.
I'm no fool.
You sure act like one.
I'm to learn who killed the king, and I will.
You know I didn't, but you need to prove a point. Sons of whores like you would rather hang an innocent man than admit failure.
Don't ever call me a whore's son again.
So like Vernon said earlier, he was raised by his mother, who could only be a whore, so he doesn't really like that insult. It was a very touchy subject for him. Oh, also, King Demavend, or whatever, that's the guy from the opening cinematics that got beheaded. Anyway, we don't want to attack him because we'll just get our ass kicked, so let's play it cool.
You want to get Foltest's murderer? Let's do it together.
Now you're talking.
If you want me to help, treat me like a human, not a hog.
What do you want?
I'd go after the kingslayer.
You know where to look for him?
Some Scoia'tael helped him escape. That's where I'd start. I expect you might know this particular group of elves.
How'd you work that out?
They wore blue striped masks. Trophies, I expect.
Yorveth's commando. I know where to find them. We've a trail to follow after all.
If you want to start over and take it easy this time, get me some food.
Now that you mention it. Ves! Bring us food and drink.
Such a weird interrogation.
Shame you didn't think of that earlier.
It's your own fault, Geralt. Your fate is in your hands.
Though it is a little weird that they already had this on hand, prepped. Maybe it was planned.
Thank you.
I mean, why else would they have a plate of sausage, bread, and just wine sitting around?
Never heard of women serving in the special forces.
Ves is one of my best people.
How'd she wind up in the blue stripes?
I pulled her from the paws of the Scoia'tael. Just 16 when they torched her village and slaughtered everyone. The unit commander took a liking and spared her. One last thing. This file is about one Geralt of Rivia.
And Foltest's death?
Actually, Geralt's death. The report details events from 5 years ago.
Yay, it's flashback story time. It's a very interesting style.
Rivia. Population 1,234. In that, 253 non-humans. September the 25th, 1268. A riot erupts. A massacre ensues. The streets run with the blood of elves and dwarves. One person finds the courage to face the raging crowd. During the rioting, 76 non-humans perished, including the witcher Geralt of Rivia. Stabbed in the chest with a pitchfork by a man of whom we know only that his name was Rob, and he owed 3 crowns at the local tavern. Yennefer of Vengerberg dies trying to heal the witcher. The bodies of Geralt and the sorceress are taken away by a mysterious young girl with ashen hair. Their place of internment remains unknown.
I remember. Rivia. Yennefer.
What just happened?
I saw my own death.
And the rest? Have you regained all your memory?
That's all. I just remember the end.
Ves! Interrogation's done. Restrain the prisoner. I'll take the key. I sail upriver at dawn. Guards will collect you in 5 minutes. Eat. You'll need your strength.
I'm not really sure how Geralt's always used that key since his arm's manacled like that. He doesn't really have the room to unlock it, does he? Alright, back to our cell.
Not yesterday. He was a hero, pretty much. Everyone's man.
Personally saw him cut down 20 men in the blink of an eye, so it's no surprise.
See him dashing along those walls. Can't rightly say I ever saw his sword the blade move so fast.
I thought that beast would tear him to bits when it came out the clouds.
Delayed don't mean denied. Hangman will do that tomorrow. What say we, teach him a lesson? For what he did to Foltest.
Alright, so we have a few options here. We can free Geralt ourselves, or we can provoke the guards.
Poxy already.
That's the better option of the two.
Guard. Come here, good man.
Why are you hollering? Do that again and we'll shut you up.
Alright, we have a few options here, but for the mood, let's go aggressive.
You wouldn't say that if these bars weren't here.
Is that so? Let's see.
And fucked. Which makes it a lot easier. It's a 1v1 now instead of a 1v2 if we freed ourselves.
Rip your guts out!
We just need to do this quick time event, which is easy enough. Now, I don't think the key actually corresponds with an attack. I've pressed other keys to do the jabs like that before. Yeah, that's one of the funnier finishers, though. You know, let's get that key. Come on. There we go. All right. Not sure why there's a skull on the table, but there's some weapons here we need to pick up. We got a small blackjack, which I guess is a beating stick. That's what it looks like anyway. Some mediocre gloves, and a potion, which we'll use when we get a chance to.
Damn torches. I can't sneak out in this light.
Now, I'll be honest, I've never had this section work out. I think you're supposed to be able to do a full sneak, but I just never get it to work.
What was that?
Should be getting closer. And he just closes the door.
Just 4 more years of my service will be done.
Oh, it worked for once. Thank God. Usually I just end up having to fight him. Weird. I guess I did it right for once. You know what? Let's keep going. Actually, I want to show something off real quick. Get in our meditation pose. Oh, I should level as well. Just gonna put a point into fortitude. You know, more vigor is always good, right? Well, vigor regeneration for now. Now, earlier we picked up a cat potion, but you can't drink potions out of your inventory. Instead, you have to meditate, and then you're allowed to drink potions. Once you're on this screen, you can add 3, later on 4 potions, and, you know, you'll get all the effects. Now, the cat potion decreases your damage, but allows you to see in the dark, which is pretty cool. Now, this bottom thing down here is your toxicity bar. The toxicity of the potions you drink is based on their sum, and if it goes beyond the limit, which I think is 100, you're not allowed to drink. I know in Witcher 1 you become intoxicated, but in Witcher 2 it's just a hard limit that you can't surpass. Anyway, let's drink this. Alright, so let's see what cat does. So everything becomes black and white, but more importantly, you can sort of see people through walls now. It's kind of creepy. You can see their brain and heart and lungs and crap. But makes it easier to tell who's alive and who's dead. Anyway, let's keep on going. Now, we have a few options here. We can go left, we can go right. But we want to go through this door here in the middle, which is currently locked. Oh, somebody's coming. Just need to not move around too much. Come on, turn around. There we go. So, we need the key, so we're gonna head this way.
Rotten barley.
All right, darling. Finally alone. Just you and me. Not very romantic, I'll admit, but leave you me. You'll be well satisfied when I'm done.
Don't touch me, you monster!
I knew you'd like me. All you elf bitches like me. Dirty harlots you are. Oh, and remember, you wake up my friend over there.
Promise me today
to join in. Now, we don't want to be disturbed, do we?
So keep your trap shut and delight in the moment. Now, where the bloody hell did I put that key?
So there's the guy with the key, and you know, he's thinking about doing a bit of raping. So we'll just beat some heads in and take care of our business. There we go. She should be relieved. Or she'll be punished later, who knows. This place is sick. But we're gonna get out of here. So yeah, even though the elves are considered inhuman and monsters, they'll still fuck them. Which I guess is about right in terms of history. Like slavery and stuff. Anyway. So, we're in a deeper part of the dungeon now, and there's some loot here as usual, but more importantly, we're gonna avoid all the guards doing this. Well, for now anyway. And there's still loot here, and I'm gonna pick up some of it. Like, I don't know why there's diamond dust everywhere, but the important thing down here is in this room, not this thing. This thing here on the wall. It's a nice weapon.
Sergeant, I'd like...
I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, and I think it's a spear, maybe a halberd, but it definitely has better damage than the swords we were using on the assault. I don't think the damage is better than the pickaxe though, so when I get my pickaxe back, I'm going to use that a bunch, because it's kind of funny, you know? Anyway, let's get going.
Will you sigh?
Go plow yourself!
Anais and Boosie are my children. One signature, and you'll hear the poem no more.
Never!
Yeah, that's Aryan being tortured, because, well, politics here is tricky. Let's go help him out, because, you know, we're both prisoners right now. Knock. Don't mind me.
You're early. Appointment's not due tomorrow.
Sorry, I'm in a hurry. You'll see this.
This guy's actually pretty tough if it wasn't for Earden. This makes him a lot easier. I guess. We should.
Sooner expected death than you, Witcher.
I thought about letting the Reaper in first.
Why are you here?
Well, you know, some naked dungeon crawling, just for the kicks. Anyway, same reason you're here.
Had a date with the hangman.
Why?
They say I killed Foltest.
Shame. I'd hoped to do that myself. But tell me, what of my mother? Did Foltest hurt her?
This is really the more honest answer, because really don't know.
Sorry, I have no idea.
We should go. We'll start by making our way to the oil store. I cannot walk unaided. You must help me.
Lean on me.
Done with him, hangman! We're to take the corpse!
Damn it.
Hangman's so into his victim, he can't hear us. What the?
Shout.
Ah! I will not sign! Never!
Ooh, he's a stubborn cocksucker.
Best not disturb him. Hangman will bring him out when he's done.
I think they bought it. We need to be careful.
Yeah, we could carry him all the way out, but it's actually not a smart move. We gotta fight people and shit, you know? However, I would like to show you something over here. No, not that. This. There's the confession. So, due to the politics, they want to make sure that the two kids won't be linked with King Foltest. So, you know, somebody else can claim the throne. However, let me just loot this place real quick. There's a few interesting things. Like, I just got a diagram just now. I'll talk about that, you know, later on. Additionally, there should be some, well, weapon here, but we already have that. Some armor somewhere here. That's embarrassing. There's definitely armor here somewhere. I just don't know where. Ah, here's the armor. Oh, it's the hangman's armor. Sorry, I just never noticed because I would loot the whole room. Anyway, let's put some stuff on. Let's put these slightly better gloves on. And some real pants, because we're going to fight a lot of people. And the armor kind of helps. And we'll leave Aryan here, then go on our way. We'll come back for him later.
I'll wait here. Return for me once you've cleared the way.
Yeah, I know. Alright, we just need to head up this way. Now, there are other bits of random loot here and there, but we got the important bits already, so let's just do it. Well, that didn't work.
True shit. Shite instead of tar.
Uh-oh, getting surrounded. Let's roll out of this. Alright. Luckily, this thing's pretty powerful and pretty much two-shots them from the front. And these are just normal guards, no knights or anything. So, yeah, pretty straightforward. Now, was there anything else in the room of importance? No, not really. There's some minor loot here and there, but let's not worry about that for now. Plus, because of all the torches, I always end up, like, lighting the torches instead of actually looting, so let's not worry about this for now and then head back to Aryan.
So not you lucky.
So you might have noticed that I haven't gotten back to Aryan yet. Well, actually I have. Turns out I kind of screwed up and left a few guards alive, so now we should be good to go back after all the quests finally ticked. But still, let's kill these last few guys. Overall, kind of embarrassed by all that, but we've sorted it out, so now let's actually head back to Aryan. His ass is probably freezing by now, been sitting there for a while. Oh, another one.
Oh, fuck.
I like that. Anyway, now we should be able to pick up Aryan.
Help me up.
Alright, while we slowly escort Aryan over, let's talk about the story a bit. So, I think at this point you sort of get that The Witcher 2's story is very, very dynamic. Obviously, we didn't know saving Aryan would cause this result. Or if we killed Aryan, the Baroness would be down here. Plus, on an even smaller scale, if we didn't save Aryan from the torturer, we would actually meet him after he got tortured later on in the dungeon. Same deal with the Baroness. And this is not the only impact on the story yet. This decision that we made in the prologue even impacts things in later chapters. So, that's one of the coolest things about The Witcher 2. The story is just so dynamic and has so many little touches here and there. It's very, very cool, and I enjoy it a bunch. Anyway, here we are.
Come with me. There's nothing you can do here.
I've more to do now than ever before.
Alone.
I need no one's aid for what I aim to accomplish.
Is that your final word?
Farewell, Witcher.
Yeah, so, can you tell what he's trying to do? That's oil, so let's get the fuck out of here. Now, you might be wondering, how does he know all this crap? In case you missed some of the prompts, this is actually Castle La Valette. So it's his castle, anyway.
Halt! Oh, blimey, is that you, Witcher? They say you killed the king.
Well, I didn't. And I'm going to prove it.
I'm inclined to believe you.
Glad to hear that. It'd be pretty stupid if I had to kill you now. Did all the Reavers survive the assault?
Aye, they've been drinking themselves silly for 2 days now. I believe I owe you something.
You don't owe me a thing.
We wound up in a boiling cauldron during the assault. You know how it is when knights get caught in a tight passage. Nowhere to go. Those in the back push forward. Those in the front are stuck. And halberd blows raining down from above. I'd have been crushed if not for my armor. And about 10 blows landed on my helmet. My ears still ring and I puke time and again. But I live and breathe.
Concussion. It'll pass.
Alright.
Were you on patrol with the Reavers when they ran into those Scoia'tael?
Aye.
Kenneth mentioned the unit was especially vicious. Notice anything out of the ordinary? A unit emblem or something?
Right you are. They had masks made of the cloth of Special Forces uniforms, and they hollered a lot, Yorveth or some such.
Where did the dragon come from?
I've no idea, but it saved our asses. The elves ceased shooting at the sight of it. Can't tell you anymore, as we fled right then as if the devil himself was on our tail. Take this. Kenneth told me to study up, but I've not the mind for it. Just not cut out to be a dragon hunter, I guess. It could be useful to you, though.
I need to go.
There are sentries on the dike. No way you'll slip through.
Can you distract them?
I'll try, but remember, count me out if there's a fight. In fact, we could end up foes.
I hope not. Go.
Just give me a minute.
Now, this whole deal with New Boy actually had multiple paths. The ultimate point was to get the amulet, though.
The Kingslayer's escaped! We need to cut him off! Follow me!
All right, let's go!
Yeah, if you actually run up there, New Boy will fight you. And in some cases, that's actually something you want to do. You actually want to fight New Boy and kill him. Because one of the paths involve him not giving you the amulet, but surviving. So if you kill him, that's another way to get the amulet. Or, if you told him to go to battle without armor, you'll go into battle with no armor, die, and then you can loot his body and still get the amulet. So that's also kind of cool. Multiple ways to get the same goal. Anyway. So we're up here now, they're gone, so let's keep on going.
Geralt, over here.
Sure. Just, get a loot. As loot. Anyway, I guess Triss is gonna be coming with us. It's not like she has a post anymore, so I guess she has a lot of free time. Time for new activities and branching out, really.
Bloody hell, you didn't have to torch the castle. You were to sneak out, avoid anything resembling a bloodbath.
You left me the key to my manacles, not an invisibility cloak. Triss, is everything all right?
Not exactly. I'm no longer the royal advisor. I've lost my post, my home in Vizima. Witcher's mistress, they call me. Kingslayer's whore.
People say what they think they have to.
I know, but...
They'll change their minds as soon as we find the Kingslayer. Roche will see to that. Right, spy?
I'm no spy, but you're mostly correct.
I ran into a hangman torturing Aryan Lavalette, trying to force him to confess to incestuous relations with his mother. Foltest's children were to be Aryans.
Sons of bitches.
The hangman has hanged his last.
An interregnum is chaos by definition. Rats like Baron Kimbolt and Count Maravel rule Temeria now, or strive to. But no one save old Natalis can restore true order.
Natalis is far away and of low birth. The crown's simply out of his reach. Baron Kimbolt, on the other hand.
Politics is secondary right now. Vernon, learn anything new about the Kingslayer?
A week ago, I got a message from an informer in Flotsam. He saw Yorveth in the company of a large, bald man, not unlike the one you described.
A week ago? Sounds like a cold trail to me.
We need to start somewhere. The trading post is a few days upriver, in the forests that lie on the Adernian border. Yorveth's territory.
Flotsam it is, then. Triss.
Yes?
I'm a bit beat up. Will you look at my wounds?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go below deck. And I need you to tell me about Yennefer in detail. I want to hear it all, even the things you don't want to tell me, even the things that might hurt.
Prepare to cast off! Clear the lines and all aboard!
Line's clear, Captain.
Honor's a curious thing. Honor made Aryan fight a mismatched battle against the might of Temeria. Facing defeat, Honor told Aryan to bow his neck to save his men. But that same honor prevented him from saving himself.
Kind of like how that's a real fire effect and not something that's drawn. Makes it feel a little more intense, I guess. That's a bit of a mismatch. Anyway, that's the conclusion of the prologue. Geralt's been framed for murder, and he's on the run with Triss and Vernon. Now, if you haven't played the game before, I know that last cutscene was long and they said a bunch of names. Don't worry, next episode it'll start making more sense. But until then, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.